I'm Ryan Callahan with your GoVols247 recruiting roundup. Tennessee back at home for the first time in almost a month, so they'll be hosting a number of visitors, as you might imagine. Not a particularly huge recruiting weekend, but there will be several important targets in town, including 4 official visitors, it looks like, as of right now. A couple guys in Florida, I think, are the main ones to watch this weekend. 4-star defensive end Patrick Bethel from Vero Beach, Florida. He'll be visiting Tennessee for the first time. Several teams still in that one. Who went to Auburn last week on his first official visit. Miami has been believed to be the longtime favorite in that one, but with Miami recently having fired Al Golden, there's some uncertainty as to where the Hurricanes might stand in that one. And then also 3-star offensive tackle Marcus Tatum of Daytona Beach, Florida. He'll be visiting Tennessee for just the second time, first time since this summer. And that one's more of a Florida-Tennessee battle right now. Florida looks like they're on top at this point, with Tennessee number 2 on his list, and that obviously makes this an important visit. Could be his Tennessee's last chance to get him on campus before signing day, and last chance to maybe overtake Florida, at least in terms of a visit. The other official visitors, D. Anderson, a 4-star wide receiver from Texas, who's been committed to LSU for more than a year. He's been to Tennessee before. Came into town last summer with Daryl Miller, the current Tennessee freshman cornerback, and another former teammate of his. But now coming back here, still taking a little bit of a look at Tennessee. I think the door's still open there a little bit, but probably a long shot for Tennessee going into this weekend. The other official visitor, not a name we've heard a lot, Jeffrey Simmons, a top 50 prospect nationally, but a defensive end from Mississippi, the number 1 player from the state of Mississippi in the 2016 class. And that one looks like kind of an Alabama, Ole Miss, Mississippi State battle right now going into this weekend, but Tennessee give them credit for getting him on campus, and it looks like he will be in town. And the unofficial visitors will include Landon Dickerson, the top 100 offensive lineman from over in North Carolina. He's been one of Tennessee's longtime top targets on the offensive line. He'll be his first time back on campus since this spring, so big for Tennessee to get him back in town for this one. Also, Emmett Gooden, the 4-star defensive lineman from West Tennessee, a former UT commitment, will be back in town. And Daniel Batuli, the Tennessee commitment linebacker from Nashville, will be back in for the first time since he committed to the Vols back in July. Tennessee battling a couple other teams to hold on to him right now, Auburn and LSU in the mix there, along with Ole Miss. And then the 2017 prospects in town will include Taj Capehart, a 4-star wide receiver from Virginia Beach, Virginia, and then Eric Crosby, a top 100 defensive tackle, a teammate of Capehart's. Those guys have visited Tennessee before, and they'll be back this weekend. And then Matt Dotson, 3-star tight end from up in Cincinnati, another of Tennessee's early top targets in the 2017 class. That's an Ohio State-Tennessee battle early on in that one. So those are some of the visitors Tennessee will be hosting this weekend. We'll take a look back next week at who all made it in and look ahead to next week's game against North Texas in next week's GoVols247 recruiting roundup.